let's look at the lab setup for the Smoothwall firewall labs. So here's a schematic. In the middle is the Smoothwall firewall itself, and I've got it represented with this brick wall. Smoothwall runs on a stripped down Linux installation, and the terminology that Smoothwall uses here, they have a red interface, and this is the public side, and they have a green interface. This is the private side. Now, if you get the commercial product, we're using the free version. If you get the commercial product, you can get more than one interface. And just trying to remember the color. I want to say it's orange, or maybe purple, or maybe both. That would represent a what we refer to as either a service network. A lot of books refer to this as the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. I don't really like that terminology myself. I think it's not very descriptive. But anyway, by default, the Smoothwall Express is set up to use 192.168.20.2 as the IP number of the red interface, and 192.168.58.2 as the IP address of the green interface. And I've just kept those. So these are all running as virtual machines, but I have connected these interfaces to some of the virtual networks that are installed as part of VMware, and connected, in this case, a Windows 2000 server. This is a 2003 Microsoft server, and I've changed the IP address of it to 192.168.58.128. On the public side, we have an XP virtual machine, and I've connected it to the same virtual network that the red interface is connected to, and I've assigned the XP the IP address 192.168.20.128, and all the machines are set up like this. So the other thing you need to remember here as far as the IP numbers is from the server here, we're going to be connecting to the management console of the firewall using the web interface, and it can be accessed at 192.168.58.2 and then port 81. And I do this in the video showing you how to do the lab. So you'll see this again, and it's not at all unusual to set up and administer a firewall, configure and administer a firewall through a web interface, and it's typically from the inside, done from the inside. Now, in this case, we only have one machine, one internal machine, and it's happens to be a server. In the real world, we would have many different machines internally, and but only some of them, only the servers, and maybe even then, only some of the servers would need to be made accessible to the outside, to the public. So I just wanted to point out to you that just because we only have one server in here, that doesn't mean that that's all that we're going to have in a real situation. So this is the lab setup. Now, what I want you to do is, I'll go into more detail on this in the announcement that I'm going to post on Blackboard. We're going to be doing port scans and Wireshark captures on this computer, and we'll also be doing some Wireshark captures on this computer, because I want you to see what gets through when you open up holes. And let's see, anything else here? This is probably all you need to know as far as the lab setup. And we'll, I'm not sure yet how many labs we're going to do, but this is our starting configuration. The big thing you need to do here is either print this out or sketch it out, and so you'll have the IP numbers in case you forget what the numbers are and which computers are using which numbers. So you want to always keep in mind here the XP is on the public side and the 2003 server is on the private side.